Today we're going to be taking our very first look at the 2024 Kawasaki 1000SX. Now this is the performance edition, as it comes with this lovely Acra exhaust, these Kawasaki branded frame sliders, and this lovely looking seat cowl. Honestly, this bike looks absolutely fantastic. I have no issues with the looks whatsoever, and it's got this adjustable screen as well. An absolute touring monster this motorcycle is. I've been looking forward to this day for quite a long time, because believe it or not, before I bought my ZR 1400, I was seriously considering one of these. But as always, massive thank you to Completely Motorbikes for letting me have a go on this awesome motorcycle for you guys. They've got dealerships up and down the UK. Definitely go and check them out if you're looking to buy any used or new motorcycles. I'm sure they'll do you a fantastic deal. But alright, let's jump on and let's have a little listen to that lovely Acra exhaust. Alright everyone, so as always, I do warm these bikes up thoroughly before we take them out on our ride reviews, and I am trying to sell these bikes because they are a hell of a lot of fun. So I will be pushing this bike as much as I possibly can today to give you the best possible look at what this bike is capable of. Alright, here we go. Let's have a little listen to the soundtrack. Honestly, not that obnoxious, considering it's an Acra exhaust. Let's rev it out a little bit. Yeah, that does sound good, to be fair. It is a rather warm day today. I mean, the bike is reading 32 degrees, but it's not that hot. There is a nice breeze today. But honestly, like, I've really been looking forward to this bike. And first impressions, it's really comfortable. It is absolutely it is a touring bike seating position for sure. I mean, you can see how high up these risers go for the handlebars. Ultra comfy. The seat is absolutely lovely. Honestly, if I had test ridden the ZR and this, because I never rode that ZR before I bought it, I just went for it. But if I had test ridden both of them, I may well have picked up this bike instead, because that 1000cc engine, it has got a load of torque, serious torque, and I'm telling you, more torque than the Versys 1000, despite the fact that both these bikes are using pretty much the exact same engine, except this bike is producing a ton more horsepower, a significant amount more horsepower. Hey, Complete Motorbikes, you guys are awesome. Thank you for letting me have a go on this bike today. Do you know what? The thing is, when this bike was the Z1000, they used to have a Z1000, and it had the exact same engine as this. I bet you that bike would have been a hell of a lot of fun as well, because this bike is fairly heavy, I imagine, because of all the fairing and things like that. But that Z, I bet you that thing was awesome. Because seriously, if the torque of this bike is anything to go by, then yeah, that Z. I think, unfortunately, because the ZH2, of course, kind of took over the Z1000, that's probably why they got rid of it, unfortunately. Because that ZH2, that is an awesome bike in its own right. But that is a pretty heavy bike as well. It's heavier than this. So, yeah. I think one day I will have a go on a Z1000. Hopefully I'll get the chance. But yeah, what a motorcycle this is, seriously. It's a really good bike. And they've got the classic TFT dash. They've got cruise control here, full of goodies, different rider modes as well. I think there should be a sport mode, a rain mode, and a road mode, and a custom rider mode as well. Pretty much a fully kitted out Kawasaki Sport Tourer. I'm telling you, man, when I say a butt ton of torque, it does feel like my ZH2 in a lot of ways. The way this bike is geared, seriously, it's got loads of torque. This thing is an absolute wheelie monster. If I turned off the traction control, it seriously wouldn't have any issues. It does drop off a little bit in terms of power when you get up to the top end RPMs, but honestly, up to 8,000 RPM, maybe 9,000, 10,000 RPM, you're getting loads of power. But let's talk some specs, shall we? So this is the 2024 Kawasaki Ninja 1000SX. It's running a 1043cc inline 4-cylinder engine that is producing about 140 horsepower at the crank and 112 newton meters of torque, all whilst weighing in 235 kilograms wet, which isn't a lot for a tourer. Woo! Ho, ho, ho. Such a load of fun, this bike, seriously. And because it's insanely comfortable as well, you're not really getting a lot of compromises either, at least it doesn't feel that way anyway. Yeah, see, I really like these kinds of bikes where you've got loads of torque, loads of performance, but you're not having to sacrifice ergonomics to get that level of performance, which you tend to find on a lot of motorcycles, apart from nakeds these days. Nakeds, of course, that is pretty much their niche. Loads of torque, a hooligan bike that is really comfy and you can do loads of mileage on it. Oh, this thing is seriously good and surprisingly nimble as well, considering how heavy it is. I wonder if the wheelbase is quite short. I'm not sure, but yeah, very, very nimble. Alright everyone, wait a moment, we are going to do our classic 0 to 60 runs. I do have a car behind me, so I'm going to pull over and let them pass, but I mean, guesses, this has got to be 3-second 0 to 60, surely. At least a 3-second 0 to 60. This has got so much power. Okay, there's no one behind us, we're on a 60-mile-an-hour road. Here we go. Woo! Woo-hoo! See what I mean? Even though the traction control is on, this bike really wants to wheelie. Let's do another one. It might have launch control as well, I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, man. That is quick, and I think it's geared right up to 60 mile an hour in first gear. Let's try one last time and let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Woo! This thing is an absolute wheelie beast. Loves to wheelie, this thing. That is wicked. See what I mean? This bike is so much fun. Even though it's got the same engine as the Versys 1000, which we had a go on recently, the engine in this bike feels so much better, probably because it is lighter than the Versys. The Versys is a heavy bike, 260 odd kilograms wet, I think. Yeah, a 25 kilogram saving, that is significant. But because it is producing more top-end horsepower as well, this bike, it is an absolute peach. Seriously, this bike is wicked. It's so much fun. And that's what I'm talking about. You get comfort and fun factor. That's what you want out of a motorcycle, at least for street riding anyway. I can't imagine this thing being a very good track day machine. The foot pegs are sitting quite low down. They don't feel crunched up, you know? Crunched up in the cockpit. Seriously good fun. Thing is, I knew this bike would be, because I had an experience on pretty much the exact same bike back in the day when it was a Z1000SX. They've dropped the Z now and they've just called it a 1000SX. But this is awesome, guys. It is a lot of bike, and for the money as well. You're paying around about 10,000–11,000 pounds on the road for a base model of this bike. And even for the performance edition, you're paying 13,500 pounds, and you're getting a 4-year Kawasaki warranty. That is wicked. Back in the day, it used to be a 2-year warranty. Now Kawasaki, I don't know if it's just a thing that they're doing this year, but 4-year warranty. And it's got a quick shifter as well. Honestly, man. Oh, such a load of fun. This classic TFT, no issues with it whatsoever. I really like it. The H2 SX has got an upgraded TFT display, which is bigger, is brighter, but honestly, these screens are pretty much there. to be honest with you. There's a lot of empty space on the H2SX. Whereas this, even though the screen is smaller, everything is just as readable. Really good bike, man. And I'm telling you, this bike feels like it's got more torque than the H2SX. I mean, even though that bike is a hell of a lot of fun, and I do recommend a H2SX, they're very expensive bikes. Whereas this, you're going to be saving yourself 10 grand, and you're going to get a pretty damn good experience if you ride the two. Alright, fourth gear, not a lot, but it's all about that first, second and third gear for me on this bike, seriously. Really good. This engine is super smooth as well, not a lot of vibration whatsoever. You can put panniers on this bike as well, the Touring Edition. You can get a Performance and a Touring Edition, so you get the Acura exhaust, you get the frame sliders, and you also get panniers as well. Turn this bike into a real touring monster. Oh, what a bike, man! Woo! Alright, everyone, well, as you know, we recently got a new helmet. This is from ILM. ILM have been making motorcycle helmets for over 10 years now, and I'm telling you, I've been so impressed with this helmet. It's so light, fits perfectly, and mounting this GoPro was not an issue whatsoever. Mounting things like Bluetooth headsets, no issue whatsoever either. I'm probably going to do that myself as well, but DOT and the European certification, whatever that is, I'll put that on the screen for you now. So honestly, a fantastic helmet, and I think this is an upgrade over my last helmet. I still could be wearing that one every once in a while, but it is significantly heavier than this helmet. So I'm going to be wearing this helmet for a long time. Definitely go and check out ILM. I'll leave the website down in the video description, because they're offering our viewers a 10% discount. So if you go and check out the ILM website and use code GoblinRides, they will give you 10% off any helmet or glove. So if you want to support us directly, because we get a bit of a kickback off them as well for every sale that uses our code. So if you want to support us, definitely go and check out ILM. Like I said, I'll leave them linked in the video description. Oh, you know what, man, if I'd have bought this bike over the ZZR 1400, I would not have been disappointed. Seriously. I wouldn't be disappointed at all. This bike is such a lot of fun. This engine, they've been manufacturing this engine for a long time now. So it is absolutely just refined. This engine has stood the test of time. I've seen bikes with this engine with over 100,000 miles. It's a no-brainer. This engine is totally bulletproof, and the fact that you can have so much fun on it. It's crazy, because back in the day when I had my ZX9 about a month ago now, it had quite similar specs to this. 100 Newton meters of torque, 147, 145 horsepower at the crank or so. This is more fun than the ZX9, even though it's got very similar specs. And the ZX9 was lighter as well, and less comfortable than this. Honestly, man, this bike is an absolute no-brainer. What a bike! It's really good. Heavily recommend it. And the unfortunate thing is, the sad thing is that this does give the H2SX a run for its money, especially if you're looking for something that is significantly more comfortable. If you're looking for something that is more sporty, like the ZZR 1400 for example, then the H2SX is a fantastic option. It really is. But this bike, in terms of performance, it's up there. For street riding, it's certainly up there. Really good. An MPG as well. Better than my ZR. Better than the H2SX. This, I don't know if this is an underrated motorcycle, but it's no longer a flagship really. The H2SX and the ZH2 and the Ninja H2R, or the Ninja H2 should I say. The R is the track only variant of the Ninja H2. Those are the flagship poster bikes from Kawasaki. But don't overlook this bike, seriously. I think you'll be very happy with the performance. It's not as tall as the Versys 1000 either, so it's much easier to get on. And because it's so light, well, I say light, so nimble. It's a heavy bike, but it is very nimble. The clutch is a little bit on the heavier side, but I mean, that's being really nitpicky, to be honest with you. Adjustable levers as well. Quick shifter, cruise control, rider modes. This bike is fully kitted out. I mean, the only thing it's missing is a supercharger. Tell you what, if they put the H2 engine in this bike, I honestly think they'd have a serious contender for the ultimate sports aura. Yeah, this thing is a wheelie monster. Absolutely loves to wheelie. I genuinely love this bike, I seriously do. And I do want to say it's underrated, to be honest with you. I mean, I say that. They're clearly popular because Kawasaki are still making this motorcycle pretty much in the exact same form. They've just upgraded a few bits here and there, but the core, the engine, the riding position, the ergonomics, the bike itself, pretty much has been the same for, I've got to say, it's over 10 years now. Maybe 2010, 2012 is when they brought out this engine. Really good. The only thing it is missing, I think, is the center stand. A shame, but absolutely not necessary, to be honest with you. A regular paddock stand will work really well for maintenance and things like that. Honestly, a really good bike. I can't say enough good things about it because in terms of price, it's not that far off. Well, it's at the price of a ZX6R pretty much, but you're getting more performance, you're getting a really nice looking bike, you're getting really nice ergonomics. What's not to love about this thing? And when you're paying pretty much the price of a ZX6R, a 600 Super Sport, it's a no-brainer. Seriously, the only thing is, I do wonder if this bike's got a bit of a reputation as being a dad bike. Seriously, I would own one of these. I'd buy this. I would own it. I would run it on a daily basis. It's really that good. I genuinely love this bike and everything about it. Really neat, man. I'm trying to think if I've missed anything, but the only thing it is missing is a socket outlet, which is a bit of a shame because H2SX does have a power outlet. So if you want to attach your phone as a sat nav, you've got not a lot of space really for one, but still, would have been nice if it had a power outlet, just another arrow to its quiver, you know what I mean? Right, GoPro battery died right at the very end there when we're about to shoot the conclusion to this video, but let's have a little listen to this bike one last time. It does sound good. Even though it's quite modest at the lower end RPMs, as soon as you start putting the power down, it sounds like a proper motorcycle. I absolutely love the Acro exhaust on performance Kawasaki bikes. Seriously, what an awesome motorcycle this is, the Kawasaki Ninja 1000SX. Definitely let me know what you think about this motorcycle down in the comment section below, if you've owned one of these bikes, or whether or not if you're looking to buy one. Hopefully today's video has helped you out. Thank you again to Completely Motorbikes, and as always, go ahead, leave that like, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any more of our Kawasaki motorcycle reviews, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Everyone, take care, ride safe.